Well, good morning, everybody. We have just started our climb this morning up Blood Mountain, and it is nice to be back on trail after a couple of days off and finally knocking out the final leg of this adventure. So today, hiking with me is my son Ethan. Say hi, Ethan.
Hello.
And we're going to take it kind of cruisy as we can. Of course, Blood Mountain's going to be the toughest part of the next 3 days, probably. Definitely the worst part of this day. It's about 2 miles to the top of Blood Mountain, and Blood Mountain stands as the tallest point on the Appalachian Trail within the state of Georgia. Can't remember the exact elevation. I'll look it up once we get up to the top. And we're gonna cross over a parking lot, or go by a parking lot up here. And then, as I recall, the trail heads up pretty steadily to the top of Blood Mountain. And if the weather's really clear, so there might be a few views from there. We'll see once we get there. And then after that, it's downhill for a bit as we come off the back side. But the plan for today is we're going to go to Woody Gap. Woody Gap will be about a 10-mile hike today. And we're going to get picked up. We're going to go into Above the Clouds hostel. Fellow who runs that hostel's named Lucky. They have a good reputation there and come recommended for sure. But we head into a little town called Suches, Georgia, and not a ton in Suches, so he says there's options for food, so we'll see what those options are. Might be a gas station or biker bar or something, who knows. We'll see, but we'll figure it out. So that's our plan for today. Should be great. The weather is nice. It's going to get into the low 80s, I believe, today. But right now we're low 60s with a nice breeze. So it's comfortable at this point. So, all right. Well, that's our plan. I hope everybody's having an awesome morning. And we'll look forward to catching back with you as we head further down this path. All right, everybody, we're not quite to the top of Blood Mountain yet, but we are afforded a few views right here, so I thought I'd go ahead and take what we get when we get it. Climb has not been quite as bad as I remember. Not to say it's easy. Of course, the last time I did this trek, I did it northbound, so I was going downhill. I remember saying to myself, boy, I'm glad I'm not going uphill today. But it's really not been that bad. We've taken our time. And there's sections of that trail where you're climbing and then you hit a level spot and it smooths out for you a bit. So it's not tremendously tough. There's a lot of people. I mean, this is a well-worn trail. A lot of people come up here and do day hikes. And in fact, a lady passed us a little while ago who was doing a day hike. So yeah, there's a lot of people who do this, so I wouldn't discourage you if you wanted to do it, for sure. All right, let's get on up here to the top. We'll check out the shelter and see if we get a better view. All right, everybody, we made it to the top of Blood Mountain, and you see actually the shelter down below us there. There's a couple of people in there, camped in there last night, and so unfortunately, true to form, I usually do a lot of climbing and look at a lot of clouds, and unfortunately we're kind of stuck in some clouds here. And the views you typically get, just not getting right now. So we tried, but it's still a beautiful day. The sun's going to break through this, I'm sure of that. It's nice and breezy and windy, and this stuff's going to blow out. But we're going to have to move on, but I'm afraid before that happens. So anyway, hope everybody's having an awesome day. And we'll look forward to catching up with you a little further down the path. From Blood Mnt, Georgia. All right, everybody, we are now headed down from Blood Mnt off the backside, heading south, which is the way I came up the first time I did it. And I thought that climb was going to last forever. I think it was seemed like 6 or 7 miles of general uphill, which means we're going to have 6 or 7 miles of general. No, that's not right. It's probably, say 5, something like that, maybe 5. But anyway, it's generally downhill for quite some time now. So after the climb we just had coming up, it's going to be a nice reprieve from climbing. So we're just going to mosey down the hill. The total elevation there at the top of Blood Mountain is 4,452 feet. So again, not a gigantuous mountain, but it's the largest elevation in Georgia on the Appalachian Trail. Not the tallest mountain in Georgia. That esteem belongs to Brasstown Bald. But again, it is the Blood Mountain is the highest elevation on the Appalachian Trail in Georgia. Okay, I'll catch up with you a little further down the path. Good afternoon, everybody. It is early afternoon. Ethan and I have already stopped and ate some lunch. We both had some tortillas with something wrapped up in it, tuna or chicken or whatever the case may be. It's good. So nutrition in our bellies, and we've taken off. Ethan is doing great, considering his lack of experience on the Appalachian Trail, but he's just tearing it up, no problems or issues, and making great progress. We're going to end up at Woody Gap, which is our destination for today. I think it's about 10.5 miles in total. We're going to end up there probably around 2:30, 2:40 or something like that, and the place we're staying, the hostel, it's called Above the Clouds. They're so close, I think, to that gap. He just says, hey, text me when you get there. And I think we're only like 2 miles away, and he'll swing up there and pick us up. So that's the plan, and we'll see what our options are for any kind of food. We're going to be staying in, it's in the town of, if you want to call it a town of Suches, Georgia. And I don't even know if it's incorporated town. I know there's not a lot there. Okay, so we'll see what our options are for sure, but I think I've probably got enough food in my bag to feed us both for probably 4 days, seems like. So we'll see what where this adventure takes us. So making good progress. The weather's beautiful, and the trail's been really nice. We had a couple climbs with that the biggest climb, of course, up to Blood Mountain. And after that, it's not really been that bad at all. So I hope y'all are having an awesome day, as we are. And we will keep you posted as we see cool stuff going down this Appalachian Trail. All right, everybody, we are about a mile up from Woody Gap, and this is probably the best view we're going to have for this day, which is a pretty darn good view, I think. This is a great spot, honestly. If you can drive to Woody Gap, just put Woody Gap into your GPS, whatever system you use, and once to the parking lot, just go uphill. It's about a mile from the parking lot. Pretty accessible. Beautiful view. All right. Hope everybody's having an awesome day. We'll see you at the bottom. All right, everybody, we've made it to our destination at Woody Gap, and it's actually a 10.5 mile day today. So overall, a pretty successful day. Appreciate you guys joining along. Ethan did great today, and we're already making our plans for tomorrow. So it'll be a little bit longer day tomorrow. Yep, so we have, we're waiting on our ride to come pick us up, and we'll be heading into the Above the Clouds hostel for this evening. So we'll see how that works. I've never been there. Have a great evening, and we'll look forward to catching up with you first thing in the morning.